And all now. All right, welcome to the Idea Committee meeting of April 19th. I'm calling this meeting to order at 6:02 p.m.
Yeah, and for the roll call, we have Chair Horton.
Here.
Vice Chair Colacart is actually absent today. He sends his regrets. Committee Member Dennis.
Oh, last name.
Committee Member Padelli is not here yet. Committee Member Nida.
Here.
And Committee Member Oseta.
Yeah, here. So next, we have no request to consider for item A, which was any request of a city council member to attend the meeting remotely under the emergency circumstances of AB 2449. City clerk, roll call, please.
We just completed that part.
Oh, perfect. All right, well then, very excited to have some new members. Would love, maybe we can each share a little bit about ourselves, and then would love to just learn a little bit about you as well.
Sure.
Cool. I'm happy to start. I'm Alex Horton. I am the current chair of the committee, but this is my first foray into public service. I've lived in Brisbane for, it'll be 2 years over in August, so relatively new. But diversity, equity, and inclusion is something that is just really important to me. I have the opportunity to work at Genentech, and I have the opportunity to do some like grant making in this space. It's just something that I'm personally passionate about. I have a almost 3-year-old daughter, and just really thinking about like the legacy that I'm leaving for her. It's important that I acknowledge the privilege and power that I hold, and I'm using that to try to share it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Should we introduce that too?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Anna. I'm Caroline. I'm the communications manager here. Worked here for about 17 years and really feel that I get to work with the IDEA Committee, which is the city's newest committee on different initiatives and events and how we can showcase Brisbane to be an inclusive and diverse place is something that we've started to do more, and having that more foresight into that, and just look forward to doing more with the committee in that regard.
Great.
Oh, hi, my name is Diane Otito. I live in Brisbane for over 20 years, but originally I'm from Japan, and then had a chance to work on some international legal stuff as part of my legal department work in San Francisco office. And then since I live in Brisbane, I wanted to get to know more about Brisbane, and thinking what I can do for Brisbane for the diversity issues. And I'm with the IDEA Committee for 1 year, and I'm still learning with everyone.
Glad to have like our first real in-person meeting. It just seems like amazing to be able to be here at City Hall to get all together. Ingrid Padilla, City Clerk. I've been also a resident of Brisbane for about 11 years. So really loving the opportunity to not only give back to the community I live in and raise my kids in, but I hope to like be one of the, I'm glad that we're promoting IDEA, inclusion, diversity, equity, and accountability kinds of positive shift towards that in the organization and the county.
Hi, my name is Miyoko Oneida, and I've lived in Brisbane for almost 10 years. And I grew up in Honolulu, Hawaii. And I work with older adults with dementia. And I've been in the group for about 6 months, and it's been really amazing to see like how just what an impact that a group can make with attention. So it's been super exciting to see that.
Excellent. Great. Hi, my name's Alex, also known as Melissa Medell, but basically, I'm here as a guest. I was asked by Caroline to help out with the ideas, the commission helping plan for the AAPI festival. I moved to Brisbane 1 year ago and started teaching some Tai Chi classes that were getting started, and a lot of the Brisbane Helping Hands board is our participants, and they've been practicing this Tai Chi, and so I've been working with some of the members of the community, and they're really enjoying it. So just hoping to spread some more culture, and it's Brisbane's been a lovely place, so I'm just sort of fortunate and appreciative to be around.
Excellent. Well, I am Anna Dennis. I have been in Brisbane for a little over 2 years now, about 2.5 years. We've lived here. Prior to that, kind of been all like in the peninsula, San Jose, Daly City, South San Francisco, San Bruno. But born and raised in San Francisco. And you've mentioned that this is kind of like your first foray into like the public sector. Most of my career has been with the private sector. But about 14 years ago, I made the transition to public sector. So I work for the federal government. And within that, we work with, underprivileged communities and multifamily housing. And now I've made the transition to healthcare facilities. And so, I am all about, I'm a union, steward, branch chief for the union steward for our NEPI union. And so for us, that is about, fairness and equity. And so I am really about, the whole inclusive diversity, equity. And so when I seen that in the little newsletter, I was very drawn to that, because I was at a stage where it was kind of like, what can I do like in my community? And it was almost like, this letter, comes in the mail, and I'm like, oh, I'm intrigued. And then Ingrid and I kind of started, I had like some questions, and she was very gracious to actually answer those questions before I kind of made the commitment to move forward with the application. So I am very glad to hear that, in 6 months, your opinion of it, and I want to have like that same feeling. I'm here to be of service, and I'm hoping that we can really, make some great strides here. So thank you.
All right, so moving on to approval of the agenda. Can I get a first and a second to approve the agenda as it's?
This is not changed from Zoom.
First it.
I'll second. Can we do a roll call vote, please?
Chair Horton,
Aye.
Committee Member Dennis,
Aye.
Odeli is not here. Committee Member Nida,
Aye.
Committee Member Rosetta.
Aye.
Motion passes.
So moving right along, let's do an approval of minutes. Can I get a first and a second to approve the minutes of the IDEA Committee special meeting of February 15th, 2023?
I would like the first thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
You weren't here.
Right.
Want to make the motion?
Oh my gosh. I'll second. And can we do a roll call vote, please?
Chair Horton,
Aye.
Vice Chair Colett is absent. Committee Member Dennis,
Aye.
Committee Member Deli is absent. Committee Member Nida,
Aye.
and Committee Member Rosetta.
Aye. All right, yay, look at us.
Yay.
All right, are there any members of the public wishing to speak on an item not on the agenda?
They're
I
not
don't
chair.
see anyone on the
Zoom.
All right. So let's move into new business. We can discuss planning for cultural celebration of AAPI month. Can we have the staff report? Please?
Sure. Okay, so some background around this. So when is the Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month? This month is celebrated in May, and the month is dedicated to celebrating the cultures, traditions, and histories of AAPI, Asian American Pacific Islanders. During this month, we reflect on tremendous contributions that Asian Americans, Pacific Islanders have made, and also remember the challenges that they have faced and continue to face. We celebrate at this month their resilience and strength and reaffirm our commitment to standing with them. So as you know, back in 2021, Brisbane hosted a Stand with Asians vigil, which resulted in over 500 people gathering in the park, the community park, to denounce all racism and racially motivated attacks towards the API community. Calvin Lee, our resident, one of our residents, took the lead and took the crucial first step of writing to city council members to express his deep concern about what was happening in the AAPI community, and was hoping that the city could show support. After the successful vigil, Calvin Lee also reached out to the IDEA committee via the city manager last fall, asking for the city to fly a Stand with Asians flag. So subsequently, the IDEA event subcommittee agreed to have or host an AAPI History Month event to commemorate AAPI Heritage Month, but to also to get the younger generation involved and the community aware of issues impacting the community. At that time too, IDEA committee created a flag flying policy, and create a Stand with Asians flag, and then we flew the flag also. I believe it was like in February. So what is this year's theme for the API Heritage Month? So as you know, the AAPI Heritage Month was established back in 1977. This year's theme, 2023, is Advancing Leaders Through Opportunity. And so looking at kind of like what are some of the best practices and how to celebrate AAPI Heritage Month. Some of the kind of leaders have said that successful events will depend on creating a welcoming atmosphere, offer an authentic experience, and 3, celebrate the culture and traditions of Asian American Pacific Islanders. There's some like guiding questions, like what really matters to the community, what is making us dance and cry, what needs to be seen, said, or heard, what can we learn from each other. And maybe also thinking about like how to get engagement of the entire community here in Brisbane. Like we said, creating a welcoming atmosphere. So there's a lot of things to consider in like in-person events, especially now post COVID state of emergency restrictions. This is a event that's being held by the city of Daly City. It's called AAPI Fest. It's happening May 13th, like the King Bowl area. Or I'm sorry, I call it King Bowl, but it's classic bowling. It's on King Drive. And it's like from 2 to 6. It's more of like a festival atmosphere with booths, live entertainment, kids zone. And I guess they've held this festival before in the, it was formerly known as Asian American Cultural Festival. And so they're holding this, is May 13th? I think that's like Mother's Day weekend. You know? So, I mean, there's a lot of opportunities to showcase, you know, how the city can support. Lots of ideas, such as like a festival like this, cultural performance, calligraphy workshops, taiko drumming, food festival, historical presentations, tea classes, art exhibitions, children's book readings, tea tasting, maybe like a buffet, sampling, lots of ideas. But it's really up to the community to define like what would make sense, what would capture the spirit here of our AAPI community here in Brisbane. That's it. We were thinking in terms of timing. If people are interested, the best date might be May 20th, which is a Saturday. And because it's between like Memorial Day and like Mother's Day weekend, but at the same time that evening and then the following Sunday, there's a BDW theater program at 3:30. So maybe earlier in the day.
Morning.
In the morning, like 10 to 12.
Yeah, noon.
My daughter's in that theater performance.
James, Jamie and the giant
It's so
peach.
cute. James, the giant peach. I'm like, that is so cool. Anyways, I digress. So that's gonna be like 3:30. I'm not really sure what that entails in terms of, I'll be there, but in terms of like BDW families and stuff like that, but I think given the time frame, late May might be a good option
give
for
us
some.
time.
Yeah.
It's a good month to plan.
So Ingrid, all those things that you read, like, tea tasting and all that, are those just ideas or is that what's happening here?
Those are just ideas that people have said about like one of the more popular in-person events
Mm-hmm.
or to celebrate AAPI History Month. So
Yeah.
just things from research.
Okay.
But this is what Daly City's doing, and they have here like some of the booths and
Mm-hmm.
kids zone, it looks like. So this is more like of a festival atmosphere. I've never been to it, but maybe this year will be the first.
Yeah, that'd be interesting because I've gone here numerous times with my family, like bowling. But I'm trying to envision what kind of a festival would look like if it's
In there,
inside.
right? It's so packed, like
Right.
the parking
Yeah,
situation.
so it's- Get in, you have to, like, okay, well.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I'm curious about that too, like how they could hold the event there, but
Right.
What's the budget for this and who funds it for us?
Always the question, but
we currently have no budget, but if there's ever a need, we can make a request either through the city manager's office or city council. But there'll be support with the park and rec. There'll be support with the park and rec staff. We did kind of ask park and rec what facilities are available, and right now the only facility is the gazebo under, the gazebo in the park, because Mission Blue is in the community center under the old library is already taken.
yeah.
I think that could be really nice.
Park and Recreation also would be the ones if we wanted their assistance with tables and
Mhm.
chairs and pop-ups. So they could help, just need to know how many from us, but
Do they have money for us?
in terms of like, they have staff,
Mhm.
they have coordinators and I think.
Resources and other. things,
Yeah, the youth advisory committee, that
Mhm.
yeah.
But you think that if we made a request for money, we would, is this supposed to be a pre-event or? When I think of like the scale and the scope, right, I'm just trying to gauge, like, is this something where we have caterers, or is it something where like volunteer, or I don't even know, if like, can volunteers bring food to events like this, like what? So is it like, and maybe we haven't thought about it yet, so either is okay, but I'm just curious if we're thinking of it as a like. Invitation for AAPI members of the community to share their culture, or for us to like. Pay money to bring something in. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
To showcase already, yeah.
The first option might be. More what we're thinking, especially for the first event, to keep it smaller, but that there could be a stipend
Mhm.
for maybe local performers or artists. but maybe there should be, I don't know, like a call for participation. That could be where to get us started in terms of, we're putting this out, we want to do something to celebrate API month.
I mean, right off the top of my head, I'm thinking like Chef Reina,
Mhm.
Lyrical,
Mhm.
7 Mile. You know, all of those
Yeah,
are
they wanna
API.
Get involved and maybe they would, yeah, see that they could donate something or.
Right, for food or.
Mhm.
There's also like a local Tahitian group
Mhm.
that might be open. They did the AAPI vigil, like a closing ceremony, which is great. And they also do like day in the park. They do, so they're very involved in the community. So we can also invite them to represent the Pacific Islander community.
Yeah, maybe we can like do a little bit of both, like invite certain
Mhm.
groups that we know we've partnered with before, and then also open it up, see if anyone.
Maybe there can be several like dances, different cultural dances.
Mm.
Mm,
We only have 1 month to prepare.
Yeah.
Might be a PR kind of.
Start practicing, you mean?
Get your fan dancing down.
I mean, most troops should have a routine. I mean, it depends who you hire, I guess. Like, I'm sure that Tahitian people have their routine already set.
Yeah, actually, they're having a showcase like later this month.
Oh, right,
So they'll all be already-
April.
They'll already be practicing for something.
Yeah, but maybe there are people that have cultural dance like experience. And I said fan dancing earlier, but maybe like they have done it and would want to just, maybe they still have their outfit. And they want to say yes.
That's right.
If the gazebo is the only space available, like how many potential vendors or people would that accommodate? That could really impact like, you know, what we can do in terms of inviting.
I didn't see the gazebo as like the stage and people will be kind of
maybe
in
it's
the
the
grass and like, kind of like how, have you been here for concerts in the park or gone where the band is under the gazebo and there's people in the grass area and
Yes,
around the
yeah.
gazebo.
Okay, so that whole
So
space
underneath is, yeah, where.
is all useful space.
Mhm.
Okay, okay.
It's actually where the preschoolers did their lion dancing.
Mhm.
They invited the family to meet at the park and then they used that whole under the gazebo area for
Okay.
dancing, going in a circle, preschoolers.
Okay. Decent space.
If we do a call to artists, for artists, it will be what, 2 weeks? Or 1 week?
Maybe just
We do it this Friday.
1 week.
This Friday.
We could put something together as soon as Friday, leave it out for.
How does that work? So Friday, that'll be the 21st till the 28th. And then should the group meet again to select the artists?
Is this something that the events subcommittee would do?
That makes sense. Who's on the event? Okay. I don't know if we have.
Oh, no.
You're the only one because
Policy.
Mangesh policy. And we have an events committee and a policy subcommittee. Those are the only 2 subcommittees that we have. Mangesh is in the policy committee. He's not here right now. So Ashley and you have to choose, or you could do both. But you have the opportunity to select one to continue the work. So that's why we like make it more efficient to like break it into the subcommittees so we can.
Yeah, makes sense. Sure. New game.
Okay.
I have, well, I have two potentials. I was just thinking, two of my colleagues who might be able to help us out, who are lower budget. Though they are based in San Francisco. One is, Kawahatsu Sensei or Sensei Kawahatsu, who is a minister of Kanko Church in Japantown. It's a really very nice, Shinto and Buddha, it's kind of, they talk about appreciating nature and people and a very, nice church community, and he teaches calligraphy. And he had recently had a battle with prostate cancer and had made it out of that, and basically, he has a very nice story, and he has a book called Arigato 1,000 times a day, or saying thank you 1,000 times a day. And so he's been doing book signings, and I know that he's low budget, so that might be an option. And then another one would be Kyoko Kimura, I think is her name. And she is a lady who's a harpist, and she leads meditation for the Brahma Kumari Center, which is Indian, but she is Japanese. So would be kind of a nice fusion. And she could, maybe come out and play the harp, and she leads like very nice, just beautiful melody. And we've had her play for our events before. Yeah.
Those are good leads.
Yeah, and then they would be affordable too. I know that they've done it on like a smaller stipend, so yeah, just thinking about what might fit for you guys, and and then add to, our Brisbane AAPI community. I think they should have a place as well.
Sounds great.
Yeah, maybe we should
Okay,
be in touch and reach out.
yeah, just wanted to put that out there.
For the date and time, hopefully people are available.
Yeah, that's the most important thing, like this is happening.
May is really lots of holidays, and I guess some graduations are also around that time too. So hopefully we can get in people's calendar.
Oh,
Yeah.
To think
big graduation.
Do we have photo frame?
Yes, we have
There
the
we
day in
go.
the park,
Yeah.
then we are Brisbane.
A lot of
Frame.
people love it.
Mm-hmm. Can bring that back out. We had a hashtag that was born on Day in the Park. Actually, I think it was Christian that thought of it. He was on the committee and he thought hashtag we are Brisbane. And then we had it on the bottom of a photo frame and people took pictures with it at Day in the Park.
That's
The
cute.
idea of
I
the-
like that.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's really
That's
nice.
really cool.
That's a good point, because I think a lot of the whole discussion about having a welcoming atmosphere, can it be like a series, like we are Brisbane, and then this is AAPI Heritage Month, and then we are Brisbane, and whatever the next one is, like it could be a good series.
Mhm.
That's cute. So it's not like, so people don't feel like it's an isolate, like a
Mhm.
Right.
dividing event. It's a way to kind of bring everybody together.
Mhm.
Like have that on the frame too, like we are Brisbane and then like something, I don't know, I don't have to make some kind of graphic, but
Yeah.
to have that. Yeah, that's easy to apply and kind of
We are Brisbane.
switch out.
We could make anything, yeah.
Stickers? We still have stickers.
Mhm.
So I can help to make some idea committee stickers.
That's nice.
Yeah, bring those back up.
When we did the tabling, our idea was to like have childhood snacks, like our childhood snacks reflected on like the giveaways, but we didn't anticipate actually children being the ones that are getting all the snacks. We thought it would be adults, that would be like, but we were a hit with
Oh,
like
yeah, very
the
popular.
elementary school.
They brought their friends and more friends.
So we were a hit, but yeah, maybe some other things to get the older adults.
Nice.
Um, Fun times. So what dates are we looking at if we do have like
I think
just
the
1 week, the
20th.
27th?
The Saturday, the 20th. I think that might be.
Does that work?
Memorial Day is 29th.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Mother's Day is the 14th.
yeah. I'm sorry, but you're on the
I'm gonna
call
be out of town that week.
that week, that
Oh,
whole week.
no.
Yeah, I think it'll be up to us to kind of advertise, like our neighbors, if there's any undercover cultural dancers out there. You know, and we have to like really, you know, be the kind of people to motivate people to enter the call for artists. You're gonna be out of town?
Yeah, that week.
Wow, that whole week.
Let's see if I can think of anyone to ask about the dance, cultural dances or music.
Mhm. Thank you. For Asian, like Asian owned businesses, should we also reach out to them
Yeah,
or what, like cooking?
food.
Because I don't think they can sell food, right? Unless it's
Can they bring food?
What they doing?
Yeah,
donate food. I don't
Yeah.
know. I can ask Park and Rec, but more like if it was gonna be like a cooking demonstration or something or oh, with samples.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
we do have the one farmer's market vendor who is a Japanese Kunugi noodle who he actually hasn't been in Brisbane lately because of lower sales, but maybe if it's a 1-day event in the park where yeah, he could be doing a cooking demo and
I wonder-
featured. He might be open to that.
No, how about if there's like a no fire? demonstration? I wonder if there's any. Well, I'll ask if there's any requirements or restrictions around that.
Okay.
Or could you set up like, I guess my question is around, could you do like a potluck and have community members bring stuff to share, or is there like issues around serving food that isn't authorized or like I just don't know about like asking
Yeah,
people and then they're like, what if someone got sick? Like,
Yeah.
how then-
I know. We don't want to be liable for any
Right.
anything like that. I'll ask. I have not seen any potluck.
I haven't either. I've heard the idea come forth and it's a great sounding idea for people to share their cultures with food like that, but yeah, it's always been pretty much catered or
What about a baked good sale? Like,
Mhm.
can you do that? Like, I'm just thinking, cause like BLT, Chef Reina, 7 Mile, they all have really good desserts. I feel like a baked good sale would be safe and also help them save money. Or raise money if they wanna,
Mhm.
I don't know, again, if that is,
be okay.
Are you looking for people to sell their baked goods? Or something?
yeah, like a baked good sale,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I think if it's, I have to ask also the restrictions around selling food.
Cause I could see that, I could see BLT, 7 Mile and Chef Reina like battling it out, being like, like who can make the
Iron
best off baked sale? They like Iron Chef API. Or I don't know if they would make it, no, they would just like, like
Just
see
have
who
it.
got, the most sales or something like that, make it like a game and like, maybe like once they reach a milestone, they can put a sticker or something, or I don't know, I just.
Yeah, like
Kinda like a
7
competition.
Mile House does that. They do that they vote.
Yeah.
Yeah. They like have a ticket, you test everything, and then you vote for your favorite.
Oh, that'd be fun. Just bring it to the park instead of at their restaurant.
Something
Yeah,
like
I wonder if we
that.
could like buy them and rather than asking people to pay, because I don't know, that seems a little weird, to, like come to the park and then be like, here, these things for purchase. Like, thanks for coming to our event.
Right, right.
But I think I love the idea of like making a little friendly competition, you know, like maybe with a ticket or something.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Was there also like an AP run business in the farmer's market, like a skincare?
Oh, yeah, she was there for a couple weeks. It's a distillery, Daisy Distillery. That one- Oh, no, refillery.
Mhm.
Not a distillery.
It's before 12.
Yeah, it's a sustainable business where she doesn't have a lot of like packaging. You bring back your bottles of empty like soap or lotions or cleaning supplies and she refills it. Yeah,
Maybe she can do a demo.
it does
Soap
seem
demo.
like there is a process that you go, yeah, she shows people how it works. And, oh, that might be great too.
Daisy Distillery? We should-
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Refill.
refillery.
Because the D in distillery. is like perfect. Maybe we should tell her about that for her next business. Oh my gosh, okay. Okay, and then so the next subcommittee meeting for events would be when next, the Wednesday after the 28th. What date is that?
See what comes forth in the call for artists.
And then we could be the deciding.
Yeah, Wednesday, May 3rd. That
May
works for
3rd,
you, Anna?
May 3rd? Okay. Same time, 6?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I like that bake sale idea though, the desserts. That would really.
Well, I mean,
like-
that Girl Scout is selling cookies on the corner. Stand across the street and sell their things.
Really good.
I saw all the drivers are. like,
Yeah.
I love it. How about the idea though, like people want to participate, but they're not Asian owned, like how about if like Melissa's Taqueria comes up, for example, with like a Asian inspired dessert or something like that? I mean, would we be open to something like that?
I think so. Supporting the KAPI.
It's like, talk and advertise it to all the businesses,
Mhm.
they want to participate.
Yeah, and just do like an Asian inspired bake off.
What about the place?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Jake's and baked goods.
And Lucky Chinese. And Hannah, actually like quite a few Asians.
Yeah, there's Lucky
Absolutely.
House and there's Nana's.
BLT 7 Mile House.
Ichika.
Ichika.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have any
Some breakfast
relationships?
sushi?
Breakfast sushi.
What is breakfast sushi?
She did you get a breakfast. Although my husband had this whole like idea of like scrambled eggs and stuff like.
On
breakfast.
Isn't that like a breakfast burrito?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was for wrap break.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, it is at 10 a.m.
Is that something that there's like a Chamber of Commerce or some sort of like business something,
Yeah.
business thing? Is that something that we can like leverage?
Yeah.
Connections to do outreach for, or-
Once we have a flyer and date and everything, maybe even the call for, well. We'll see.
Are you okay with a 2-hour event? We're okay with a 2-hour event.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So hopefully, like, let's say, how many? So like, let's say 10 minutes or whatever per group. So like at least 12, hoping 12 people will apply. Do you think we have to reject?
That'd be a nice problem to have.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. We'll come up with some guidelines maybe to like
Mhm.
make the decision. Okay, sounds good. And then so we won't be meeting as we will be meeting as a group
Like that,
before
the Wednesday before.
the Wednesday before. Is that okay for folks? Okay.
Do we, guys want to talk about like flyer design or just want to leave it to us to design something, put something out? Trust
I'm
us?
good with.
Yeah.
Right,
When would be the deadline for,
the call for artists, I'm thinking the 28th. They have a week.
What's maybe we should do like May
Monday?
1st, May 1st,
Yeah.
Monday. That's
Yeah.
easy to remember.
In case over the weekend, yeah.
Yeah, we could like call folks or encourage more people.
Yeah,
Okay.
Is the all-call like an email, or does this come out like in a newsletter, or what are the?
we're gonna do everything. We're
Okay.
gonna do, we have a weekly Friday blast.
Okay,
We have our social media sites on our website. We just do all
excellent.
signboards.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, we could put it up.
Mhm.
So
And posters or flyers
maybe
too.
a Google form,
Oh, yeah, definitely a Google
and then we could
form.
have that be part of the report. The staff report to show who actually. Okay.
Do you think the library would want to like curate a collection of like children's books or something that we could show or?
You know, it's a
That's
great
cool.
idea. They have done that with, when we've stapled up the farmers market, they've put together like book bundles to go if people wanted to grab from our table when we were there we did one for Pride Month, we did one for, I think, Black History Month, but they, curated books for
Mhm.
us to take to the park,
Mhm.
so. I think that's.
Because I feel like it's from 10 to noon is a very popular park time. Like, every time that we bring Rosie to the playground, there's like,
Yeah.
we're not the only ones there. So like
Mhm.
maybe it would be if there's like a welcoming people that might not even be planning on coming. Be like, lure them in.
Yeah,
Yeah, reach out.
very strategic. I like that.
Mhm. And then I guess, would we need to see though, if anyone is like reserved that backspace for like a party or something, would that be a problem?
The backspace for.
Like whenever they set up like the bounce houses and stuff,
Mm,
is that?
Oh,
does it
like
matter?
the grass space.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I guess if they are playing music or something. That would kind of, we can check to see if there's
Okay.
any.
Cause I think that has to be, you have
Rentals.
to like permit that, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Or reserve it. Or
And will that bother like party goers?
Well, they can let people know if they inquire about 2020, that there's an event. Would you like to proceed?
Because like people like hanging pinatas on the gazebo. Okay. And it'll be a quick event, 10 to 12.
Yeah. Great.
All right.
Good things and swords.
Yeah. I can do a demonstration or, we can always do a little class as well.
Mhm.
Up for it.
Nice.
Would you like all volunteers to join?
Yeah, usually, so I do it a few different ways. I mean, I could either just do like a demonstration where it's just like myself. And then I've also done like events for like the SF Public Utilities Commission or like the Human Services Agency where we, just kind of have like a mini group thing and it's like, okay, we're gonna have like a, Tai Chi workshop. And then whoever wants to come down, we do some exercises and then we learn like the first couple movements, just a little bit of Tai Chi movements and then, and that's it. So we could do a workshop like that, or we could just, have something nice for like 10 or 15 minutes and I can get, to my nice top and do some sword demonstration, something like that.
It would be really kind of cute if you wanted to ask any volunteers or like younger participants
Yeah.
to join you under the gazebo.
Sure, we could do, I do this thing with the kids where I have them break a board with a kick.
yeah.
So we could do something like that, which is pretty fun.
Always nice for crowds.
Yeah, it's fun for the kids too, so. Yeah, so that's an option. We could do a little, we could do a little demonstration and afterwards, the kids like come up and do something like that, volunteers.
Very cool. That's cute. I like that.
And we'll probably need a sheet of all the volunteers that we'll need for the day, so we'll probably call and plug people in somehow, some way. We'll try to determine that at the subcommittee meeting after we select the artists.
Ingrid, will you send something to me about the subcommittee meeting?
Yeah, I'll send you an invitation and the link once it's posted.
Okay, thank you.
Hopefully we'll have a lot to review,
Yeah.
a lot of applications to review. And maybe like a sample of their work, right?
I thought you meant of their food.
No, not their
Sorry.
food. We're still at the food.
Your submission.
Caroline needs a toast test.
Yeah, sample of their work.
Yeah, if you guys get some flyers, I don't mind helping distribute. I don't know.
Thanks so much, Alex.
Like that We Are Brisbane series.
Are you signed up for the blast right now, Anna?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna sign you up for it.
Please, thank you. Yeah.
What else?
Oh, and just for the title, should we call it a showcase? What should we call it? They're calling theirs a API Fest.
Showcase is kind of classy. I like it.
I guess it depends on what you're gonna do. I was thinking like a bake off.
Big off.
API like cooking show. I don't know. Are you, so is it gonna be like, are you doing performances and then we'll have food, or is it just performances, or is it?
That's true.
Yes, it
I'm not
depends
sure.
on like
I'm not
who's available.
sure.
Like, it's gonna.
It's just, yeah, I feel like either they'll feel like burdened by this extra, or they'll really be enthusiastic about it, because restaurants are so short-staffed. But people, it depends on I don't know, if people are in the interest.
Yeah.
Just a couple hours. Maybe it's like a celebration and showcase.
Celebration,
So
maybe Heritage Month celebration. Yeah. I think celebration or showcase. I think it's just,
I like celebration, because that can encompass a lot of
okay. I think
whoever ends up.
What-
We can all
Right.
Unless one hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Anything else on that? Okay. Okay, moving to staff reports, are there any announcements from staff?
For new committee members.
Oh, nice.
Actually, we get them for,
We also got you guys new city emails that will give you the instructions for. And then like this is our first in-person meeting also. Just know like if there's any time that you think you'll need to use the just cause or emergency provision to join in remotely, let me know.
Mm.
Just email me.
Okay.
So that's just, for emergency situations.
Okay.
Just let me know. Great. How do you guys like this in person?
I know,
I missed.
Yeah.
I miss it. I think the energy is good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's very efficient, because we can kind of like send it together and stuff.
Well, I don't have anything to compare it to in terms of like the committee itself, but I know just for my own work, like we have just probably in February where we're starting to do more in-person meetings and actually being required to go back into the office. So it's almost like you're coming out from up under this rock and it's like, oh, the world again, but in downtown San Francisco is so different now, the landscape. I mean,
Yeah.
stores and restaurants and everything, they just didn't make it through, and so it's just different now. Yeah.
Is
So
that where you're based? Or
Yes.
Where you're.
Yeah.
work?
the heart of downtown San Francisco. And so it's so many little eateries and bakeries and coffee shops that
Mm.
just eat, actually even like a Walgreens and a Target. And that's really like,
That's
when you see
true.
that, it's like, wow. So it's nice to kind of get back in there with people, but then when you go out, I mean, the first day we went back, my usually little group that I would go out with and we'd have tea or coffee in the morning, it's like, okay, so
Where do you go?
we're gonna either walk a block up this way or 2 blocks this way,
Oh, wow.
whereas before it was literally across the street.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's,
So different.
yeah.
And hopefully like that of the API event will be also a slowly coming back to, the community.
Yeah.
Engaging face to face and
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, it seems like the events like Day in the Park and the Holly Festival, those are pretty well attended.
And then there's a lot happening in May at the beginning of the month. There's the wildfire awareness event on the 6th. There's Luna Fest that night at Mission Blue.
Mhm,
Those are all in person.
mhm.
Yeah. The BTW
Very
show.
busy. May is very busy.
Yeah.
Has there ever been the idea, no pun intended, for like T-shirts for
Idea.
the committee? Yeah,
On the back, it says hashtag Beer Bus.
Honestly, no, not yet.
Yeah. Some swag.
Yeah, there you go.
I know for is it a t-shirt that people get when they volunteer to do cleanup?
Yeah, they do get those at Habitat Restoration
Mm.
Days, which is also coming up this Saturday. You can get a t-shirt and a lunch if you volunteer.
So that's the literal like Habitat for Humanity.
No,
It's
it's
a different
actually-
habitat.
It's a partnership with San Bruno Mountain Watch.
Oh, okay.
And
Mhm.
the city and I think the sponsors San Francisco Scavenger
Mhm.
Company, and they go up on different areas of the mountain.
Mhm.
This year they're gonna be on Rock Run in the Ridge,
Mhm.
pulling invasives
Mm.
up on the mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, 9:30 to 12:30, I
Mhm.
think. So,
Very nice.
yeah.
So what kind of t-shirts do they get? Like a
What kind of-
Habitat restoration t-shirt or
Yeah.
City of Brisbane? Okay.
It says that like Habitat Restoration Day. I think San Bruno Mountain Watch provides a t-shirt.
Oh, nice.
Hmm.
Yeah, but some people go every time and they collect them.
Yeah.
They have different.
They have different
t-shirts
t-shirts every.
Each restoration day. Oh, that's
So yeah, maybe we should look into.
yeah.
some apparel. For our team.
As a fundraiser, you think, or?
Oh. Just that. Well. Maybe.
Oh, cool, for the committee, yeah.
Oh, yeah, just for the committee.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't talking about like just anybody.
But as a fundraiser.
For the future.
Yeah, maybe
For the future. Just like the hats, like everybody
Oh,
saw the
yeah.
hats and they were like,
Mm.
That's not a fundraiser.
hang on. But people really love it.
People like swag, like,
Mhm.
that's I don't know, it's a thing, like, oh, yeah, keychain, t-shirt, hat, whatever, it's, a pin, you just like it.
Maybe have the Brisbane hats. We do have some of those still.
To give away.
Yeah.
Here, Brisbane, we need a t-shirt.
All right, are there any committee member reports?
Did you go to any of the cafes?
The age-friendly
Oh my
groups.
So important.
Oh, how did it go?
It was good. They broke down different areas that they want to think about how Brisbane would be more age-friendly in the next 20 years. And they talked about transportation, support. Parks and maybe putting more benches in the park in different areas. I don't have the
Are you guys meeting monthly or?
like a couple times a month,
Oh,
but I think it's gonna end in May.
okay.
You know, you missed the holy event because you had a conflict with one of the meetings. Right,
Right, yeah, it was in the
sunrise room.
I had like fully dye in my ear. From
You
that
got-
event.
Pretty flattered.
I had no
day.
idea. I thought it was just gonna be just watching my kids play.
Yeah.
So fun. I
Mhm.
was into it. Oh my gosh.
Then she ran away for it.
Oh,
She made some appearances.
Yes, we did. We both did. Sorry, put you on the spot. there.
Oh, that's okay.
yeah, that was like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, maybe after it wraps in May.
This one last week.
Oh, yeah. Oh, last week.
Just trying to get on the Wi-Fi.
Oh, City Hall free will work right away. If you see that pop up.
City Hall week.
Yeah,
Like City Hall guests.
Or City Hall guests.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking notes. I mean,
Oh, no, this is
are there notes?
this is their.
Oh, okay.
There's
That's good that they're
one that,
organized.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see like if there's recommendations that intersect with ideas or maybe that'll be a future agenda. Talk about Is there gonna be like a report after May or summarizing everything?
I should forward it to you. There's so many.
So this initiative, Parks and Recreation, is like the lead department.
Um, They spoke about outdoor spaces and buildings. I can forward this to you, like the unmet needs, the strengths and potential projects. Mobility and transportation. Housing. Social participation. Respect and social inclusion. Civic participation and employment. And community supports and health services. Emergency services. I can forward this.
Okay, thanks. So interesting.
Was there anything in there about the Friday blast? We talked about being offered in different languages
Yes, they spoke about that last week.
last week. Okay. I'd heard about that. It seems like-
That's right.
Yeah, something we can definitely more at.
Mhm.
Thanks for going to those meetings. So,
It was actually really interesting to think about all these things.
yeah, especially with your
As a
line of
whole.
work too. Mhm.
So it's-
Anything else? Great, I will adjourn the meeting at 7:04 PM.
Thank you.
Look at this.
Meeting, yes.